Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Y.S. Sharmila, daughter of United Andhra Pradesh's late Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekhara Reddy, joined the Congress party in the presence of All India Congress Committee President Mallikarjun Kharge and party leader Rahul Gandhi. She is the younger sister of Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. She contributed her might to the victory of Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP in Andhra Pradesh in 2019. Making a statement shortly after joining the Congress, Sharmila said that it is her father's dream to see Rahul Gandhi as Prime Minister of our country, and she is very glad that she is going to be a part in making that happen. She promised to fulfill whatever responsibility the Congress will lay on her with all loyalty, integrity, and diligence. She also announced the merger of her YSR Telangana party with the Congress. Describing her father and former Y.S. Rajshekhara Reddy, known as YSR, as a legendary leader of the Telugu people, she said he not only served the Congress all his life but also gave his life serving the Congress. The Congress is still the largest secular party in the country. The Congress has always upheld the true culture of India. The Congress has built our nation's foundations. The Congress has unwaveringly served all communities, uniting all sections of. She said Rahul Gandhi has won the confidence of the people with his Bharat Jodo Yatra, and that also led to the party's victory in Karnataka. She said she was happy that she was part of the Congress victory in Telangana. She had announced her support to the Congress during the recent assembly polls in Telangana to end the alleged corrupt and anti-people rule of the BRS led by K. Chandrasekhar Rao. She withdrew from the poll arena on realizing that it has a domino effect in Telangana. She also raised the issue of ethnic violence in Manipur and said as a Christian it pained her that such cruelty took place in Manipur.
కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ముందు కూడా రాహుల్ గాంధీ గారి నాయకత్వంలో, ఖార్గే గారి నాయకత్వంలో ప్రజలందరికీ మేలు చేస్తుందని సంపూర్ణంగా విశ్వసిస్తూ రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారి కళ, ఏ కళ అయితే రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారు రాహుల్ గాంధీని ప్రధానమంత్రిని చేయాలి అని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరారో అది నెరవేర్చడానికి రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారి బిడ్డ మనస్ఫూర్తిగా పనిచేస్తుంది. కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి బిడ్డ మీద నమ్మకం ఉంచి తెలంగాణలో వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ చేసిన త్యాగాన్ని గౌరవించి ఈ రోజు రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి బిడ్డను కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలోకి ఆహ్వానించడం జరిగింది. ఆ ఆహ్వానాన్ని మేము మనస్ఫూర్తిగా స్వీకరిస్తూ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో ఈ రోజు విలీనం అవుతున్నాం. ఈ రోజు నుంచి కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ఏ బాధ్యత మా మీద ఉంచినా ఆ బాధ్యతను విశ్వాసంతో సంపూర్ణంగా నెరవేర్స్తామని నాతో పాటు వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ నాయకులందరూ కూడా మనస్ఫూర్తిగా మాటిస్తున్నాం. ఈ రోజు వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీని కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో విలీనం చేస్తున్నందుకు రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి బిడ్డగా నేను సంతోషిస్తున్నా. ఎందుకంటే ఈ రోజు నుంచి వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో భాగమై, కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ఉన్నంత వరకు వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ కూడా కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో భాగమై ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ నాయకులు, వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ కార్యకర్తలు నాతో పాటు ఈ రోజు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఇండియన్ నేషనల్ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో విలీనం కావడం జరుగుతుంది. రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారు బ్రతికున్నంత కాలం నమ్మకంగా కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీకి సేవ చేయడమే కాకుండా రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారు చనిపోయే నాటికి కూడా కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీకి సేవ చేస్తూనే చనిపోయారు. ఈ రోజు రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి బిడ్డ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీలో చేరుతుంది అంటే రాజశేఖర రెడ్డి గారికి చాలా సంతోషం, చాలా గర్వం కలిగించే విషయమని నేను నమ్ముతున్నాను.
BJP Telangana State Unit President and Union Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy on Thursday went at Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy hammer and tongs for making unsavory comments against him. The Chief Minister accused the Chief Minister of demanding a CBI inquiry into the Kalevram lift irrigation project as his revenue might have come down. Reacting to the allegation, Kishan Reddy said that Revanth Reddy has business links with the BRS leaders. He dared the Chief Minister to order an inquiry to find out who took commissions. Speaking to the media at the state BJP office in Hyderabad, Kishan Reddy said that Revanth Reddy should be careful before throwing allegations against others. He expressed anger at Revanth Reddy for terming Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a big dacoit and alleged that the Congress national leaders are big dacoits. Kishan Reddy alleged that the Congress government has unveiled a new drama in the name of Abhyahastam applications for political gains in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Finding fault with the Congress leaders for alleging that the BJP is trying to protect the KCR by seeking a CBI inquiry, Kishan Reddy said that Revanth Reddy is trying to protect the KCR by ordering a judicial inquiry. Serpentine queues have been witnessed in front of the Aadhaar Seva Kendras in Nirmal, with the Congress government in Telangana making the Aadhaar card mandatory to secure benefits under various welfare schemes with 6 guarantees. It may be recalled that the government has made it clear that under no circumstances the last date for submission of applications to seek benefits under 6 guarantees would not be extended at any cost. Therefore, the last date would be 6th January. To exploit the unprecedented demand for the Aadhaar, the personnel working at the Aadhaar centers being run at the BSNL office have been demanding between 100 rupees and 150 rupees from enrollers. Despite the people making rounds to the Aadhaar centers for the last 4 days, they are not able to secure Aadhaar. As per the menu list displayed at the Aadhaar center, the Aadhaar cards for children should be given free of cost. To effect changes in the name or address or other things, the fee prescribed is only 50 rupees. But these centers have been demanding double and triple the amount to issue new cards. When questioned by the people, those who run the operations of the Aadhaar center would reply stating that it would cost them more than that to handle the cases online. YS Jagan Mohan Reddy will unveil 125 feet tall statue of B.R. Ambedkar at Ambedkar Smriti Vanam on Swarajya Maidan in Vijayawada, and the officials are making all arrangements for the grand event. A public meeting too will be held. AP State Social Welfare Minister Merugu Nagarjuna said that Ambedkar's followers from all over the country are likely to flock to the function. The officials were directed to make strict arrangements so that the people do not face any problems, which will be held on 19th January. The minister reviewed the arrangements with the officials concerned at the State Secretariat on Thursday. He inquired about the arrangements being made for mass mobilization from all areas. He said that in addition to erecting a 125 feet statue of Ambedkar, which is the highest in the country, statues, pictures and exhibits depicting the life of Ambedkar have also been installed at the memorial. He said that the work of Ambedkar Smritivanam, which was carried out into phases at Swaraj Maidan, was undertaken at a cost of 268.46 crore rupees in the first phase and 106.64 crores rupees in the second. It was explained that the memorial has been constructed at a cost of approximately 400 crore rupees.
అంబేద్కర్ గారి విగ్రహం ఇది ఇనాగరేషన్ 19వ తారీఖున విజయవాడలో ఒక గొప్ప కార్యక్రమం జరుగుతుంది. దాదాపుగా 404 కోట్ల రూపాయలు, దాదాపుగా 19 ఎకరాలలో 125 అడుగుల బాబాసాహెబ్ అంబేద్కర్ గారి విగ్రహం ఆవిష్కరణ జరుగుతూ ఉంది. సోషల్ జస్టిస్కు ఒక ప్రతిరూపంగా, నిదర్శనంగా ఈ కార్యక్రమం జరుగుతూ ఉంది. ప్రతి అడుగులోనూ కూడా ఈ సోషల్ జస్టిస్కి సంబంధించిన సందేశం సచివాలయం స్థాయి నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే రాష్ట్ర స్థాయి దాకా కూడా ప్రతి అడుగులోనూ ఈ సందేశం, ఈ మెసేజింగ్ కరెక్ట్గా జరగాలి. గ్రామ స్వరాజ్యం అంటే ఏమిటి అనే దానికి ఒక అర్థం చెబుతూ, గ్రామ స్థాయిలోని పరిపాలన అనే దానికి మీనింగ్ అనేది ఏమిటి అని తెలియజేస్తూ ఈ మార్పుకు ప్రతిరూపంగా అంబేద్కర్ గారి విగ్రహం 19వ తారీఖున finishing touch.
The special judge CBI, Vishakhapatnam, has sentenced the managing partner of Master Steel Tubes, M. Sudhakar Rao, to 5 years of rigorous imprisonment, along with a fine of 6,000 rupees for his involvement in a bank fraud case. The verdict comes after a lengthy trial stemming from a case registered by the Central Bureau of Investigation on 28 April 2000. The case related to a conspiracy to defraud Union Bank of India, Small-Scale Industries Finance Branch in Vishakhapatnam. The accused, in furtherance of their plot, sanctioned a cash credit of 52.50 lakh rupees, inland letter of credit of 39 lakh rupees, and a term loan for a car amounting to 2 lakh rupees. The approvals were granted on the basis of inflated collateral and additional collateral securities, coupled with the use of forged lorry receipts and invoices. The fraudulent activities resulted in a substantial loss of 60,49,227 rupees to the bank. Following a thorough investigation, a charge sheet was filed on 15 May 2002 against the accused. The trial saw the unfortunate demise of 2 accused, including the then chief manager, leading to the abatement of the case against them. The trial court, after careful consideration of the evidence, found M. Sudhakar Rao guilty of the charges and subsequently convicted. 2 other accused were acquitted. Union Fisheries and Animal Husbandry Minister Parshottam Rupala inaugurated the 10th Sagra Parikrama program in Vishakhapatnam at the fishing harbour on Thursday afternoon, reaffirming the government's commitment to empowering and financially securing the future of fishermen across the country. The Union Minister was the chief guest at the event. He underscored the critical role of Sagra Parikrama in supporting fishermen and providing them with increased financial security. He described the program as a comprehensive initiative aimed at the overall development of the fishing community. Highlighting the government's unwavering dedication to the welfare of fishermen, Rupala pointed to the establishment of a dedicated central ministry for fishermen in 2019. He emphasized that Sagra Parikrama serves as a platform to inform fishermen about various central government schemes and guide them towards utilizing these initiatives effectively. The Union Minister Rupala visited pharmaceutical facilities, fish feed associations, export associations, processing industries, and natural associations in coastal areas. He listened to their concerns and assured them of prompt solutions to their problems. Recognizing the significant contribution of women in the fishing community, he pledged to address their problems promptly. He also highlighted the issuance of Kisan credit cards to fishermen on a large scale, creating broader financial opportunities for the community. Andhra Pradesh emerged as a major beneficiary of the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, receiving substantial approvals and subsidies compared to other states. The program provided crucial financial assistance and resources to the state's fishing community. The BJP is raising emotive issues to hide its failures after remain in power for 10 years at the centre, All India Congress Committee President Mallikarjun Kharge said on Thursday. He asked party leaders and workers to unite to win the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. The Congress president also lauded Rahul Gandhi for undertaking the Kanyakumari to Kashmir Bharat Jodo Yatra and expressed confidence that his Bharat Nyay Yatra from Manipur to Maharashtra will bring issues of social justice to the center of the national discussion. He said he respected Sonia Gandhi's services as a Congress president for 25 years and how she worked in every state to ensure that the Congress-led UPA defeated the NDA in 2004 and remained in power for 10 years. The NDA remains only in name while the India bloc has major grassroots parties that have a strong cadre, base and ideology. He asked the cadre to forever remember the contributions made by the Congress in the foundation of parliamentary democracy and modern effort to create awareness on the JN1 variant of COVID-19 virus, pulmonologists have suggested prioritizing precautions and understanding the symptoms to deal with the virus. As the primary defense against JN.1, vaccination and boosters remain crucial. Studies affirm that current vaccines provide significant protection against the variant. Wearing well-fitting masks, especially indoors or in crowded areas, plays a pivotal role in reducing the risk of transmission. Consideration of N95 or KN95 masks is advised for added protection. Maintaining a safe social distance of at least 6 feet from others, particularly those who are sick or unvaccinated, is essential. Washing hands at regular intervals with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizers is strongly recommended. If COVID-like symptoms are detected, individuals are urged to isolate immediately, undergo testing, and notify close contacts about potential exposure. JN.1 shares many symptoms with other COVID-19 variants, including fever, cough, runny nose, sore throat, fatigue, and headaches. Distinctive features reported include a potential association with more frequent gastrointestinal symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Equity benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty rebounded on Thursday after falling in the past 2 days and ended nearly 1% higher, mainly on buying in HDFC Bank and Bajaj Finance. The 30-share BSE Sensex jumped 490.97 points or 0.69% to settle at 71,847.57 points. During the day, it rallied 598.19 points or 0.83% to 71,954.79 points. Equity benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty rebounded on Thursday after falling in the past 2 days and ended nearly 1% higher, mainly on buying in HDFC Bank and Bajaj Finance. The 30-share BSE Sensex jumped 490.97 points or 0.69% to settle at 71,847.57 points. During the day, it rallied 598.19 points or 0.83% to 71,954.79 points. Nifty climbed 141.25 points or 0.66% to 21,658.60 points. Among the Sensex firms, Bajaj Finance jumped 4.44% and NTPC rose over 3%. IndusInd Bank, Axis Bank, Tata Motors, Nestle, Power Grid, Infosys, Bajaj Finserv, and HDFC Bank were the other major winners. Equity benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty rebounded on Thursday after falling in the past 2 days and ended nearly 1% higher, mainly on buying in HDFC Bank and Bajaj Finance. The 30-share BSE Sensex jumped 490.97 points or 0.69% to settle at 71,847.57 points. During the day, it rallied 598.19 points or 0.83% to 71,954.79 points. The Nifty climbed 141.25 points or 0.66% to 21,658.60 points. Watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off.